Hi, my name is Emma Lovelock and today I've decided I'm going to give you a bit of a background on how the Pilates Corner came about. My love of Pilates started way back in 1998 when I went to London for a professional dance training. Part of our curriculum was 2 weekly mat-based Pilates classes. I absolutely loved them, but it wasn't until I got injured and started doing some of the reformer and other large equipment classes that I really found my love and passion for Pilates. I remember being in the studio saying to myself, one day I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do. That, however, wasn't quite the case. When I graduated, I moved back to Stevenage, settled down with my long-term boyfriend and started working in customer services. I did do some sales and then some weddings and events, and in 2008 I decided to launch my first business, Lovelock Weddings, a wedding planning business. Little did I know that not long after launching this business I would fall pregnant. My daughter, Amber, arrived in November that year. Sadly, 2009 wasn't the best of years. The recession hit, which wasn't great for a young business, and I found a lump in my breast. In 2010, not long after my 30th birthday, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. As you can imagine, this threw a bit of a spanner in the works. I had to evaluate everything. After a year and a half of grueling treatment and surgery, I decided to reassess what I was doing with my life. I got a divorce and I retrained as a Pilates instructor 22 years after initially thinking about it. It started out as just a hobby job, teaching a couple of classes a week in the community. And in my first month of teaching, I was very fortunate to land myself maternity cover at Stevenage Leisure Centre and took on 8 classes quite quickly. Alongside my own community classes growing, I ended up teaching 16 classes a week within my first 6 months. And after a couple of years of doing this, I decided I didn't want to work for other people anymore. By this point, I was teaching at David Lloyd, Stevenage Leisure Centre, Stevenage Swimming Pool, and all my classes in the community as well. I found I was spending just as much time travelling in the car between classes as I was actually teaching them. So I decided it was time to get my own premises. My first studio was at the Oval in Stevenage. We named it the Pilates Corner because it was on the corner. And it was a lovely little studio. We could fit 12 people in there, but we had no reception area and the doors just opened straight out into the street. But it did us. We were doing very nicely and we were due to celebrate the 4th anniversary in the June of 2020. Obviously COVID hit and so we had to close our doors and went on Zoom. This actually worked fantastically for us. We did it for the whole of lockdown and the majority of our clients stayed on Zoom with us. We did lose a few people that didn't want to do the online option. And in December of 2020, we had to make the difficult decision to close our doors permanently at our studio in Stevenage due to the rent being put up, and we still weren't able to teach in the studio due to government restrictions. So we were then left without a studio. In the beginning of 2021, we started our search looking for a new venue, and that's when we came across what is now the Baldock Studio. As I'm sure you agree, the studio is now looking fantastic, and we're really, really proud of what we've got here. We had the majority of our clients that were on Zoom come with us to Baldock, and we also gained a lot of our students, or our Stevenage clients that weren't on Zoom during lockdown who came back to join us. And now we've got lots of new members that have joined us since we've been here in Baldock as well. We're really proud to say that we cater for everybody here. We don't have any restrictions on age, sex or race, ability or even mobility, and we really hope that you feel the community spirit that we have here at the studio. Thanks for watching. I hope that bit of history of the Pilates Corner has given you a bit more of an insight about where we come from, and thanks for listening. See you soon.